Take three. Everyone and their fucking mother wants to call me today, I guess. Welcome to my answer to Nymphia's question. I wanted to record a video because my wrists are tired and my hands are tired. I'm tired, clearly, if you can't tell. And also, I'm going to be going rock climbing with my boyfriend here soon. So I won't be around as much to answer a ton of questions, but I like this question, and I thought I just wanted to talk it out. It's easier than typing. So she said, even after this whole final tribal council, I'm still very torn, and my vote is still very much in question. My final question for you is, why do you think you should be crowned the 9th Chima Viber Soul Survivor over the other two? What makes you a legend? What makes you more worthy? And why should I vote you when I can just vote myself for the win because I have my final tribal council advantage where I can make it a final 4? I hope that's not real because I'm pretty sure you will beat all of us, or at least me. Clearly there's a lot of people on the jury who aren't super happy with me, which I understand. I've been on the receiving end, my cat's jumping, of that before. Really, bruh? He wants out. Yeah, and it's really upsetting. But at the end of the day, I think when I'm on the jury and I'm voting for someone, I look for who has played the best game and who has the best story. And I think I check both of those boxes, to be honest. I started off strong on Fred, and then I kind of fell off throughout the SWAT portions of the game. My position worsened and worsened, and it looked like I was going to be in a terrible position in early merge boot at the final 14, and I recognized that. And I said to myself, okay, I'm locked in, I'm committed now. What do I need to do to change this? What do I need to do to get myself back in the game? And I think a lot of people would immediately, try to integrate with a majority or make a big move to get themselves back in the forefront of people's minds. But I knew that I didn't have the social capital to do that. So I decided to bide my time, and I waited, and I talked to people, and I gained these connections, like with Tay, with Ray, with Taylor. I rebuilt some relationships with people like Anna. I tried to rebuild relationships with people like Billy and Sabrina, so it didn't always work out, but I was definitely trying, and I was laying low. At the double tribal, I got brought in by Tay, of course, but of my own accord to this plan to vote Kai at the final 11, which I do think ended up being a good move for me. Gave me trust with some people that didn't necessarily have it in me before, and it also didn't lose me all my allies on the other side. I had a hiccup at the final 10, and I think that's really like the turning point for sure of my game. I mean, the rounds before that were building up to the turning point, but that is the true turning point because I was dead in the water. I was trying, I did the vote block move to get Taylor on my side, but really I was screwed. I got screwed over, but because I rebuilt my relationship with Anna, because I didn't make my threat level super high in the rounds previously, she felt comfortable saving me with her idol. And that gave me the runway I needed to make the run to the end, I took out Sabrina at the final 8, and by that point, I was the only person who had solid connections with both sides that were working against each other. I was aligned with Tay, and to a lesser extent, Ginger and Billy, but mostly with Taylor, on that side, and then I was aligned with Tay and Anna on this side, and to a lesser extent Flora. I did have an alliance with Flora, like I trusted her, but I knew she liked them more than me. And that was really crucial to my game. I knew that I had these strong connections on either side, and I had to balance them carefully to make sure that the people who trusted me were still going against each other and were losing allies in the process. Ginger, Tay going out, taking her from Anna and Flora, so they needed me. I did all these things throughout the game, positioning myself right in the middle of each tribal to make sure that I could make it to the end, Final 7, I took out Ginger, so Taylor and Billy needed me. At the final 6, I took out Tay because she was the biggest threat. And then at final 5, I'm the swing vote between the two sides because I made sure that I had both social and strategic connections to both sides of the game. And that all started earlier in the merge with me building those connections with those people and building a working relationship with all those people. And I think that is the best story of anyone here. I started off the merge at the very bottom, and I clawed, and I climbed, and I struggled my way to the very apex of the tribe, where I do truly feel like I played the best game, and it wasn't an accident. I got there on purpose to that point where I was in between both sides. I took out people strategically so that everyone needed me, and I made it to the end. And honestly, sometimes you go into a final tribal and you have to bullshit with the jury, or sometimes you go in and you admit, hey, I didn't play the best game, but maybe this was the best story, and that's why you should vote for me. But I truly feel like I played the best game of this final three. And I think just assessing the facts of the game and looking how everything went along, that is clear if you really look at it, if you really understand what was happening and why people were going home. I played the best game. And when I'm a jury member, that's what I'm looking for. So that's why I think you should vote me. I think I'll go down as a great winner for this season. I think that, sorry, Ginger's sending a message right now. I think that I'll go down as a great winner for this season. I think that you guys will be happy if you select me as the winner to represent as the best player in this final three, as someone with a good story, and as someone who can carry on the legacy of Season 9 of Achievement Survivor, hopefully into the future. Yeah, I think that's why you should vote me. If I was on the jury, I would vote me. If I was on the jury, I would vote Taylor. But in, replacement of that, I'm the other option, if not Taylor. And I'm here because I outplayed Taylor. So at the end of the day, I would vote for myself, and I implore you to do the same.